Greetings, good people. What's up? What's happening? My name is Dr. Clarence, and welcome back to TV7 Live, where we get to give you all the hottest and top trending topics, broadcasting live and direct from Zimbabwe, Africa. What is happening in Zimbabwe today? We see various headlines. One would read, Mnangagwa breaks vacation to swap 2 ministers and installs new spy boss. What is happening in Zimbabwe? As we are seeing these things are happening in Zimbabwe, there has been coup fears. How much of a scare is there in Zimbabwe? Then we also seeing other headlines. We see this. Mnangagwa sneaks back into Harare to fire security bosses while on holiday. Another one, Mnangagwa fires 2 top security bosses in 1 week. Then we see another one here, which reads, CIO boss fired without notice. CIO boss fired without notice. Then G40 panicking over state security appointments. Why would G40 be panicking over these new appointments that are happening in Zimbabwe? Why would the G40 be panicking? Then we see finally fired Matanga breaks silence on Mnangagwa exit. We see Paul Mangwana also post a video that highlights Mnangagwas year in the year 2024. What has just happened in Zimbabwe and what is happening? So the changes that were made in the cabinet, President Emmerson Mnangagwa took time off his annual leave to redeploy Public Service Minister July Moyo to Energy and Power Development, with Edgar Moyo also shifting portfolio to take up Public Service Ministry. The mini-cabinet reshuffle was announced in a Friday statement by Chief Secretary to the President and Cabinet Martin Schweier, who said the reassignments were with immediate effect. So we knew that as we enter 2025, Zimbabwe President Emmerson Mnangagwa would make a cabinet reshuffle. We knew that this would happen, that he would reshuffle the cabinet as soon as we enter the year 2025. However, this cabinet reshuffle seems to be a very small cabinet reshuffle. Is he doing it just for the sake of just doing it, or there is something else? One of the person who is reshuffled there, July Moyo. July Moyo is one of the most powerful people in ZANU-PF. He is in the top 10 of the most powerful people in ZANU-PF. Bear with me, my network is playing up. Enough respect to everybody who's watching us live. Big up to Filakashe Malamela. Wolfgang says Mnangagwa era is about to end. It's game over. Big up to everybody who's watching us live. Bear with me, guys. My network is playing up. Just confirm if you can hear me loudly and clearly, as we are struggling with this Zimbabwean network. As we are struggling with this Zimbabwean network. Zimbabwe network not stable. Nothing seems to be very stable in Zimbabwe. Then we see Mnangagwa has just fired the Central Intelligence Organization CIO Director General Isaac Moyo. Remember the 2017 coup? The CIO played a part. We see Bonyongwe writing his chronicles there in his book, but we also know that the current vice president, whose name is Kembo Mohadi, was the minister of the CIO. Wolfgang says loud, Filakashe Malamela says, Filakashe Malamlela says loud and clear. Now we see here is just fired General Isaac Moyo, Director General of the CIO. This deployment is seen as an attempt to further consolidate his grip on the security apparatus amid growing tensions with his deputy Vice President Constantino Chiwenga. On December 31, Mnangagwa retired Zimbabwe Police Commissioner General Godwin Matanga. Both Matanga and Moyo were appointed to their positions shortly after the November 2017 coup. Now we see this. Matanga breaks his silence on his firing. Why would there be need? And why is the G40 panicking? We're going to go there. First, let us see what Matanga had to say before we go over to see what is happening in the G40. Is there anything significant happening in the nation of Zimbabwe? Big up to everybody who's watching us live right now. To those watching us live, you can write your comments in the top chat or in the super chat. That's how I can get to see your names, so I can give you my shout out. Privilege Njarika watching us live says, bro, you are coming clear. Thank you very much for that feedback. So our star of the night, retired Commissioner General Godwin Matanga, has finally decided to hang his boots, or should I say his uniform. That's right, folks. Matanga officially retired at the end of last year, but not without a little drama enough to fit a soap opera script. You see, he claims he was served his retirement papers by none other than President Mnangagwa himself. But wait, there is more. Matanga insists he only found out about his retirement through social media. Talk about being ghosted by your own government. In a statement that could rival any Shakespearean play, Matanga declared in the same manner, I mean, can we get some originality here? He went on to clarify that he was indeed served properly by President. But let's be real. Who needs formality? Who needs formalities when you have got Twitter? Passing the baton or not? Now Matanga prepared to pass the baton to Deputy Commissioner General Stephen Mutamba. There were whispers, no more like shouts of resistance. Rumors has it that he showed up in full uniform at police headquarters claiming he hadn't received any official orders to leave. Imagine that, a retired cop still trying to crack down on his retirement plan. Matanga said he is comfortable handing over the reins to Mutamba, who has been in the trenches, who he has been in the trenches with for years. But let's be honest, if you have been in the trenches together, you might want to double check those exit papers. The Black Boot Chronicles. Speaking of boots, of the infamous support unit, affectionately known as the Black Boot, this unit has been involved in everything from crowd control to high-profile security. But under Matanga's watchful eyes, they became more like a paramilitary arm of ZANU-PF. You know it's serious when your security team has a nickname that sounds like a punk rock band, the Black Boot. As dissent grew under Opposition Movement for Democratic Change, the MDC, these Black Boots became notorious for their heavy-handed tactics. It's like they took policing and turned it into an extreme sport. But hey, when you just send in the Black Boot, Godwin, Matanga, a legacy of controversy. Matanga's legacy is as complicated as a police report after a wild night out. Appointed after Mugabe's ouster in 2017, his tenure has been marked by controversy and power struggles within ZANU-PF. Some insiders even speculate that his removal could be tied to internal politics because nothing says welcome to retirement like being caught in a political crossfire. So there you have it. Godwin Matanga, retired but not forgotten. At least not until he gets those official papers. So stay tuned on this unfolding drama, because in Zimbabwe, every retirement comes with its own plot twist. Big up to Pikanis. He says, we hear you loud and clear. Thank you very much. I'm watching you live, Bossa. That is Bennett watching us live. Big up to everybody who is watching us live. Now the question is, why is the G40 panicking? As we're seeing, one publication would write about the G40 panicking. One would write, this is a private person who makes this observation, right? This is a private person. Big up to Glotin Kiwan. Says Dokwe, Chiwenga, Chamisa, and Job Sikala. The guys are around, but they are nowhere. Now, he says this. Have you ever noticed that the G40 is in 6s and 7s over the recent political move by ZANU-PF president in yet another masterstroke of strategic planning and deployment? President Emmerson Mnangagwa has left the G40 in serious panic. Following the announcement of the retirement of the Police Commissioner General, the G40 aligned Children of Zimbabwe War Veterans Association fabricated a narrative claiming that the former commissioner had openly defied President Mnangagwa by refusing to be retired. So this is what he writes. This prompted an official police statement aimed at quelling the falsehoods stirred by G40 aligned Children of Zimbabwe War Veterans Association. COZWA was not alone in trying to sow confusion and discord over the appointments. Walter Mzembi, a prominent G40 kingpin, took to social media X to express his views on the newly appointed officials, particularly Dr. Fulton Upenyu Mangwanya, who has been described as a career intelligence officer. Now, Walter Mzembi's post reads, Career intelligence officer will be pleased with the appointment of Dr. Fulton Upenyu Mugwanya, a sober and disciplined civil servant, looking forward to be more professional, reporting not concocted reports targeting personalities and creating non-existent enemies of the state. Fulton brought much-needed sanity in parks and wildlife. Well done at ED Mnangagwa. While Mzembi's approval of Mnangagwa marks an apparent endorsement of the new direction under the president, it raises eyebrows given his history of swiftly reversing support. Mzembi, whose stateless predicament has him floating between various countries, is known for praising appointees only to later attack them when it suits his agenda. Notably, he previously lauded John Mushayawanu's appointment as governor of the RBZ before launching jabs against him. Adding to the turmoil, Xavier Kasukuwere, self-proclaimed president of the G40, opted for sarcasm. In response to the reshuffles, he posted an image of a luxurious bottle of Malacan whiskey accompanied by the caption, "This is the most expensive whiskey and has a key role in governance of countries. Some get fired or promoted at elite drinking binges in the farms around our good countries. Good day, my citizens." His mocking tone underscores this displeasure of the G40 over the appointment. As members of the G40 grapple with the implications of the appointment, it's clear that this upheaval means any influence of the G40 within the government will never return. Obstacles note that the mounting scheming by G40 are symptomatic of a dead faction scrambling to regain its relevance amid changing political environment. We know Xavier Kasukuwere served in the CIO for a very long time. Does he have influence in the CIO? There we see here, this new appointment is titled as a career officer. A career officer is somebody who does the job. All right, guys. A career officer is somebody who does the job for the purpose of the job. Apologies for the network. The network was playing up there. Anyways, I'm going to sign out right about now. Enough respect to everybody who has been watching us live and those who watch us after this live. Thank you to everybody. Thank you, guys, for your support. You are greatly appreciated. Pikanisi says, because of you, Doc, we are behind you all the way, watching from Bloemfontein, Free State. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much for your support and for your positive feedback. Remember, it is you who keeps me going in difficult times when I'll be facing fights from various people this side. It is you who keeps me going. And with that, I thank you. And with that, I sign out. May God bless you.